Yeah, first, I'm going to do this in a few steps and hope you can help me here. When I see negative 3, what does that turn into?
1.
Yes, okay, I'm going to do it. Yes, you're correct. I'm going to do it in a few different steps though. Okay, because you're right, which does equal 1. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so negative 3, we'll just change that to a plus. Now I'm just going to keep going here with this. Positive negative 4, is that a positive or a negative? Negative, good. And to finish off, negative 5, is that a positive or a negative? Positive, right? You're subtracting a negative, change it to positive. All right, to finish off here, now let's go. Zachary, to finish off here, what's 1 minus 4 plus 5?
Positive 2.
Positive 2, good. Now, the way that I would do this in my head, so there's no thinking, this is just like a subtraction, right? So I just do 5 minus 4 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, right? Instead of worrying about negative 3 and all that jazz. You feeling sort of okay with that? All right, Kaylee, you're up. 14 times negative 3 divided by negative 2. Now, this looks frightening, okay, but you can do it. Let's start off with the top here. Were you able to get what 14 times negative 3 was?
I thought it was addition.
Oh, sorry, that's a time. That's okay. That's dot numbers times. That's okay. Somebody help her out. What's 14 times negative 3? Go ahead.
Negative 42.
Negative 42. Now, if you couldn't do that in your head, that's okay. Just means you're a human being. Okay? But if you could, the way you just think is 3 times 4 is 12, and then 10 times 3 is 30, and 30 and 12 is 42. Okay? Now, I have two negatives here. Emily, if I have a negative divided by negative, will it be a positive or a negative?
Positive.
Positive, very good. Now, 41 divided by 2. This is a little bit trickier. Well, what's 40 divided by 2? How many keep going? 20 and 2 divided by 2 is? So it's 21. Okay. Does that make sense mostly for that? Whoops. Okay, now these ones I didn't really talk about. I put it on the sheet because I like patterns. We have a math teacher, I love patterns. All right, so I put these on here. These are meant to be patterns here. For 2C, I'm going to open this up to anybody here, not necessarily pick on Ariana unless she wants to do this. But does anyone know what the pattern was for the first one? 81, negative 27, 9. What's the pattern for that one? Joey, go ahead.
Divided by negative 3.
Divide by negative 3. Now you might say, wow, how'd you get that? Okay, well, if you think 81 divided by negative 3 is negative 27, you need to use your calculator on that one, that's cool. Negative 27 divided by negative 3 is 9. Somewhere other than Zoe, what are the next two numbers in the pattern then? What's 9 divided by negative 3? Sorry, Zachary, go ahead.
Negative 3.
Yeah. So the pattern goes negative 3. And last but not least, negative 3 divided by negative 3 is? Okay, so division is tough for people. Hopefully this one was a little bit easier. Somewhere other than Zachary and Zoe, I appreciate your hard work, you two, but let's give it to somebody else here now. What's the pattern for this one? 5, negative 20, 80. Sorry, Reagan, go ahead.
Multiply by negative 4.
Very good. Good. Okay, so can I get 2 volunteers? Give me, new, please. 2 new volunteers. Sorry, I appreciate you raising your hand, but I gotta let everyone give it a try. Go ahead. Yeah.
Negative 3.
Good. That's a huge number. Who else could check out their calculator for the last one? Go ahead.
1,280.
That's positive, right? Awesome. Okay. Now you didn't need to use, if you didn't use your calculator, that's okay. But most people will need to use your calculator. That makes sense. This is just patterning. You guys have seen lots of patterning on this thing all the way up, right? So this is just using numbers instead of blocks and stuff like that. Okay. Anything else from the homework that was difficult for people? Hey guys, Zachary?
The word questions like 3 and 4.
Okay, you're not one of these people that get shut down by word problems, all right?
Well, if they're really confusing like these.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. You might have more over your sheet. Okay. Number 3 says the temperatures in Ottawa starts at negative 3, rises 13, then falls 11. Okay, so we're gonna turn in math class. I am not big on doing things that are confusing and extra information. So we're just gonna read it through. In math, one thing to remember is the last sentence will always tell you what you're looking for. So the last sentence says, what is the final temperature? So I'm gonna do this on a number line. Yeah, let's do it on a thermometer here today. So here's the thermometer. We're gonna go call this -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right? So this is the temperature method. You can do this with an equation. I'll show you the equation after. All right? So it says we start at -3. So we start at -3. All right? So Zach, I'm picking on you. If the temperature, next step says the temperature rises 13 degrees, what does that mean?
It brings it up
Yeah.
to negative, or positive 9, or
Positive 10.
10,
Yeah.
sorry.
So, okay, so this right here would go up, that's plus 13. So we're up to 10. Okay? Next up, it says it falls 11 degrees. What does that mean, Zach? I'm going to pick on you since you're brave enough to ask questions.
It would bring it down to positive
-2, but no. We're at 10, right? I think we're going down to here to -1,
Oh.
-11. If you like equations better than diagrams, you can just say, well, it starts at -3. I'm going to add 13, then I'm going to minus 11. It should be -1. All right? Okay, that's another way to deal with that. Okay? The second one says, this one was too easy. And Zach, I'm going to pick on you again for this one. Okay? It says, the average low temperature in Parry Sound in September is 8 degrees. In January, it's 22 degrees lower. What is the average low temperature in Parry Sound in January? So let's do it with an equation instead of that. What's the starting value here? It's going to be what?
8 degrees.
8 degrees. Next, it's saying it's going to drop. It's going to go 22 degrees lower. How do I make that as far as an integer?
Pardon?
How do I do that as far as an integer if it's 22 degrees lower?
Subtract 22.
Right on. Thank you. All right. Is that right? Can somebody just confirm my math? That looks wrong. Is that right?
-14. Not 14. 14.
Oh, 14 degrees, not 14 plus 22? Sorry, it's 14 minus 22?
No, 14 is the answer.
8 minus 22 is 14?
Minus. Negative.
Sure about that? Okay, I knew that looked wrong. Does that look better? I'm having a brain freeze today, don't mind me, okay? I'll be top notch. Give me about a week, I'll be top notch for my integers.
Yeah, 8 minus 22 is -14.
I think we're good. All right. So sort of makes sense. There's after everybody else. Just again, the way to think of it is try and put an equation, or if it's better to use like this temperature thing, use it. It looks like a sideways a vertical number line, right? You can use that. All right. Let's move on to today's lesson, which is today's going to be September the 7th. No, 6th. Today's lesson is called fracture test. All right, so I'm going to quickly go back to the course webpage, if I can find it. Maybe I can. Hopefully you guys all were here last night. If you weren't, that's okay. Okay, click on MPM1D, grade 9 academic math. Handouts, and move on to table of contents. So yesterday you should have filled in one for yesterday already. Today's going to look something like this. Today's September the 6th. The topic is fractions. And page will probably be, depends how many notes you took yesterday. If you only took one page of notes, today's page 2. If you took 2 pages of notes, today's page 3. You can think of it like an index of a book, right? So like 1, 2, 3 going all the way along there. Okay? And your homework will be coming. Okay, now, if you remember, we said our first test is gonna be when? Next Tuesday. I also gave you some bad news yesterday, which people may have ignored, is that we are not allowed calculators on the first test. Okay, the first test is just gonna be number sense. You will be allowed to use your times table and all that stuff, but I don't want, there are calculators gonna be fractions in them, so I want this one just to be done yourself, okay? For that one. I'm gonna move this if that's okay. So here we go, fractions. Okay, to make a fraction in lowest terms, divide the numerator and denominator by factors. Okay, so just in case you forget what this is called the numerator. I'll get out of the way here in a sec. I know my hair is enormous. Okay, the top thing is called the numerator, the bottom thing is called the denominator. I'm hoping today we might be able to get through adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing with any luck. If we can't, that's okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Okay? Now, I'm hoping most of you are pretty good at fractions. That's why you're in academics. Okay, so I'm just going to go, oh, I see somebody was shaking their head. That is long, beautiful hair. That's okay. If you're not, okay, but we'll work on it tonight and for the rest of the day. I think the way it's going to probably work for this unit is I'm going to teach today and tomorrow. Friday will be a work period. And then I'll give you your assignment on Friday. You can have the class to work on it. And then it will be due on Tuesday when the test is. Okay, we're going to start with reducing. Here we go. So, example 1. Example 1 says bring the lowest terms. Letter A says 18 divided by 20. Okay, always in math you should bring things in lowest terms. Okay, Rihanna, I believe you're up. Looking at that equation or that fraction right there, how can you tell it's not in lowest terms? It's one thing you can look at it and instantly tell. Yeah, by what? Start by 2, okay? Now the reason you can tell instantly is because they're both even numbers, right? So because they're both even, you can always divide by 2. So just start with 2, okay? So the way I'm going to write, you don't have to, I'm going to write divide by 2, and that's going to be 9 over 10. Now, if you don't know what to divide by, because this always gets people, you start by dividing by all the prime numbers. So 1, no, that doesn't help, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, I guess 10 doesn't use one, 11, and all that until you get it down to the lowest terms. All right, we'll do a few of these to make sure things are good here. I'm going to start with a larger one for letter B. I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to try it out. And then I'm going to go to Brooke. Give me the answer here in a sec, okay? So 125 divided by 100, that looks enormous, okay? There's a few little hints and tricks I'm going to give. When you see something that ends with a 5, Brooke, what can you divide by? If you see a 5 and a 0, what's going to divide instantly? No, not 2. Yeah, 25. 5 will work when there's a 5 or a 0, very good. But I can tell that Brooke's good with money because she knows that the quarters go up to $1.25, right? So I'm looking at this. $1.25 divided by $1, I can divide by 25. And Brooke, what's 125 divided by 25? Okay, we'll just count by quarters, right? 25, 50, 75, 100, 125. Yeah, 5 over 4. Now, if you didn't get 25 in your head, that's okay. You can do 2 steps, divide by 5 and divide by 5 again, right? And so you can keep on going until you get into the lowest terms if you can't get it. Sorry, I'm beeping here. All right, here we go, letter C. I'm gonna not talk this time and let you guys try this one. 9 divided by 30. Okay, this one is scary. Okay, but I'm confident that you can do it. So confident I'm going to pick on Jamie in about, hold on a second. I know you do it on paper, I know you can do it, okay? I'm going to pick on Jamie momentarily. It says 9 divided by 30. Now, hopefully nobody gets that on their test. Okay. Hopefully we'll all get 29 out of 30 or 30 out of 30, that's what I'm hoping. Okay. Hold on a second, I'm going to let Jamie take it here. And then with all the hand raisers, you can come up in a minute, okay? Okay, Jamie, you're getting close. Okay, what does 9 and 30 both divide by? Go ahead, Jamie.
Pardon?
What does 9 and 30 both divide by?
3.
3, perfect. Now for some people, that just leaps out at them. It's going to be 3 over 10. Okay, how do I know 3 out of 10 is the lowest terms? How do I know I can't divide further? Okay, go ahead.
Because 3 can't, because 10 can't be divided by 3.
Yeah. Because again, you'd start, well, it's 3 divided by 2, no. It's 3 divided by 3, yes, good. It's 10 divided by 3, no. So that's the lowest you can go. This is hopefully reviewed for most people. You guys are okay at this? I got one more huge one here, and then we're going to move on to something else. Okay. I'm going to give you a second to try this one out because it may take a little bit of time. There is a shortcut that you can do with this one, but I'm going to do it the longest way possible. Okay? Mason, you're in a good mood today. If things get stressful in this class, I'll tell my joke. Okay, like if people are starting to get tense and they need to laugh, I'll tell it. But if not, I'll wait until another day. Okay. What's the first thing when you see this? What can you instantly do? Yeah, right, Ethan?
They both divide by 6.
Yes, but before that even, they do both divide by 6. That is correct, I can do that. Yeah, go ahead. 4 divides by 2. What's something even better than that though to do? Yeah. 12, yes, perfect, but there's something even better. Yeah.
Well, I just crossed.
Yeah, okay. That should be the first thing you do always. But you guys are all right, it's divided by 12, 4, 6, 3, divided by a whole bunch of things, okay? But my first step that I do is I just divide by 100. And get 24 over 36. Does everyone see how we did that, right? The zeros are gone, so they just cross off. And that's what I would first do always. Now, I'm going back to Rory here. What does 24 and 36 both divide by? 2. I like the way you said that, because I want to show you can do these in steps. So I'm instantly dividing by 2. All right. Rory, you're not done. What's 24 divided by 2, please?
12.
And what's 36 divided by 2? Great. All right. Laura, if you look at that question, how can you tell it's not in lowest terms? Like what jumps out at you?
Both even.
They're both even, right? So what can we divide by then? Divide by 2. So that's going to be then 6 over 9. All right. Ryan, that's still not done. What can 6 and 9 both divide by?
5 and 3.
Perfect. And you get 2/3. Now, I heard Emily right away say you can divide by 12. If you see 12 at 24 and 36, divide by 12 in one step. Okay, but the point is, if you don't see that, you can do it in little different numbers all the way through until you break it all the way down. Okay. Again, if you can't get to 12 or like big numbers, just think divide by 2 and break it smaller, smaller, smaller. You will get one monstrous one like this on your test. Okay, so I'd recommend if you didn't see to get rid of the zeros first, that should instantly always be your first step. Okay, for that. All right, sort of good. Okay, we got 20 minutes. Right, 20 minutes. By the way, this is Mr. Kemp's clock, not mine. So if you don't know what 66 divided by 198 divided by 66 is, don't worry. What's that? I know, but he loves this clock. What he does, well, this is a good time for a break.